Just because someone does not play a video game does not make them any less of a fan than you because you do play a video game.
You just heard that, but let's hear his main point.
I believe that you could be a fan of a video game even though you don't play it. Being a fan of a video game and playing video games are not mutually exclusive. And I feel like when it comes to that, a lot of people often misconstrue this because people think that you have to play a video game in order to be a fan of it. And it's not the case at all. I can watch a gameplay of a video game and be just as much as a fan as someone who plays it. Or I could be a video game player that doesn't even know anything about the video game at all.
I sadly agree with him because his argument is that being a fan doesn't require the interaction of the video game medium. Here's why I agree with him. Video games are inherently an interactive medium that requires the player's input to produce output through hardware. That's the basis of not only traditional games of action figures, board games, and solo RPGs, but also video games from handheld consoles, PCs, and smartphones. To play a game, you need to be a gamer, especially within the realm of video games, but that doesn't pertain to being a fan. If you search on Google and go through multiple websites, you'll find varying definitions that basically claim a person who has great admiration and interest in a person, sports, and art. I don't need to necessarily walk you through to understand why being a fan doesn't mean you're a gamer, and being a gamer doesn't really make you a fan. There's a reason why gamers believe that playing a video game should be a necessary element to call yourself a fan. It's just a misunderstanding of the idea of a fan. Fans are at most spectators or someone who has strong interest in something, similar to how people who love to watch basketball. So it doesn't mean that a person who watches basketball can be considered a fan if he doesn't play a few games a month around the corner. I don't think so. And in gaming, you can be a fan of a game without actually playing the game, as playing doesn't necessarily negate the original concept of a fan. You are probably heated and saying, games are interactive medium that requires interactions, as nuance can be lost through observation. I absolutely agree. Even though it is correct that someone can be a fan of a video game series without playing the game, but by watching gameplay, buying merch, and making fan art, it doesn't negate that the interaction of the medium is sadly something that is required in video games. Even if you're a fan without being a gamer, you will not experience the same emotions of being in the driving seat of a horror game, sneaking past guards in an otherwise impossible scenario, or finally beating a difficult boss. This discussion can be brought up in music, which is similar to video games. As a music fan, I've never been to a concert before due to money and lack of access, but spent so much time listening to music. I even heard some convos of people saying that if you haven't been to a concert, then can you be considered a fan of music? Music has been a social art form compared to other art forms because before recordings, live performances were the default. Nowadays, CDs, vinyls, and streaming services have changed the way we engage with games, and that old belief has also died out. Same with video games. Streamers and the Rad Brad didn't exist until the YouTube platform and other video sharing sites could host vast amounts of data, allowing anyone to experience the game from a second-hand experience. I think just like the music community, we gamers will have to have this difficult conversation about this. Are fans gamers even if gamers are not required to be fans?